idea into a reality takes a lot of motivation. In Lagos, Nigeria, we met up with an ambitious shoe designer, adding some soul to sneakers.
Let me put another one here. The word kicks actually comes from two words. K-I-C-K-S, which is basically what the typical American would call sneakers. But kicks really is, they're basically shoes that have a rubber sole, you know, athletic inspired. And then the word kick, which is K-E-E-K, means to peep. So I said, why don't I make shoes that have rubber-related soles that peep? And the peeping element basically is talking about an Afrocentric brand. I think the gratification comes from the fact that I can actually see people wearing an idea. Hi there, my name is Jide Ikpaye. I'm a serial entrepreneur and the CEO of Kicks. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria, and this is my Africa.
Jide Ikpaye is making a difference from the ground up. His company Kicks makes sneakers, but they aim to give people upward mobility too.
I never thought about Kicks as a means of making a living for myself. I think Kicks, for me, is a vehicle for creating an impact. It goes beyond just making money. And by creating a for-profit social enterprise, which is basically a company that produces footwear or products and then gives back a certain percentage of our profit to community-related projects that are sustainable and can basically give people the strength or the power to be able to fish for themselves rather than being given aid.
Jide's motivation was born out of an untraditional upbringing.
Not growing up with my parents, losing them at an early age, I had to live with quite a number of people. So I lived with my auntie at some point, I lived with my uncle, I lived with a guardian. So I had that opportunity of, you know, living with different people, experiencing different cultures. And I think that also shaped my quest to constantly search for new frontiers. And I think entrepreneurship has afforded me that opportunity to do that. Rántí ọmọ ẹni tí ìwọ jẹ́. And that's a Yoruba saying that remember who you are, where you're coming from, and don't ever forget that. Your values are what drives you, and you should never lose them or lose your identity on the way up. Wow, this actually brings back lots of memories. I think I was on a self-discovery. I was constantly trying to figure out what I really wanted to do in my life because I felt I was confused. I just couldn't seem to figure out what it was I really wanted to do. So I just, you know, sit out here, daydream.
He took a roundabout way to where he is now. He studied science and started out as an IT analyst.
This is Unilag. We're actually in the Faculty of Science. I studied here. My department was the microbiology department. This was the largest lecture theatre then, L206. We had all the major science courses in there.
So when Jide pursued Kicks, he was taking a giant leap of faith. Fortunately, with his entire family by his side.
Hello. Hey, how you doing?
So do you guys wear cakes?
Well, I do. The kids, she does because she wears a big size. She's actually size 40 and she's only 8. But when the kids' line start, he will be the pioneer. He will launch it.
You can begin to see my growing up and all the various influences I got. I mean, the social side I got from my mom. She was extremely generous. She was also caring. She always wanted to know that everybody was doing fine. The IT and the innovation, most likely from my uncle because he's a computer analyst. Uncle Chris is an artist. So whilst I was growing up, even in the house, he used to do a lot of paintings. Everything has happened for a reason, and we thank God for everything.
When he's not at home, Jide is working long hours, trying to make Kicks more than just a promising startup.
We're actually in an area called Way Street. It's in Mushin. It's more of the leather material market for shoemaking and all of that. So you've got all sorts of things here. And a lot of the people who make shoes locally tend to come to these parts to source for their materials. Part of the Kicks vision is actually set up a factory in Nigeria. And to go through that process, we also need to do a lot of research to see what kind of materials are really available in the market and the quality as well.
This will be very comfortable, very soft. To be fair, makes the shoe.
It looks well tanned.
Yeah.
Okay. We have something called the One Day Shoe Initiative, which we are working on. And the goal behind this is to create a particular style or pattern of footwear that can be easily produced within a day, requires minimal skill, minimal power, and then we can basically look at things like crowdsourcing. So we've got people in remote communities who don't have jobs or who are not economically empowered, and we can then begin to teach them how to make the shoes, and then they produce the shoes, we pay them or they earn a living, we sell the shoes, and we keep the cycle going. So it's basically about creating change through footwear. So the first element really is the Kicks logo, the fist bump. So that sits at the center of everything. Chop knuckle for me is a way to celebrate the impact Kicks will make in Africa and in Nigeria. Obviously, you know that the fist has some element of impact. And every time we create an impact and people wear Kicks and they see each other on the way, they should be able to chop knuckle and say, we're doing great things together. And that's what the logo is all about. Hey, Mike. How are you doing? Sneakers comes across to me as freedom of expression. It also comes to me as a canvas on which you can express or convey a message. It tells me it's urban, it's youthful. It's freedom, basically. The ability to do whatever you want to do and the ability to go to wherever you want to go and being comfortable in your own skin.